Feisty fellow fierce no Pharisee, round 2. It was a Sabbath, the day when Jesus made the mud and opened his eyes. So again, the Pharisees asked how he saw again how his sight was restored. He said to them, He put mud on my eyes, and I washed, and I could see. So they said of the Pharisees, some of the Pharisees said, this fellow is not from God. This man, Anthropos, is not from God, because he does not keep the Sabbath. But others of them said, how can a sinner, such signs do? This is the key word in John, signs, miraculous signs. So there was a schisma, a split, a division among them in autos. They said to the blind man again, what do you say about him? He opened your eyes. He said, he is a prophet. The Jews, the Jewish leaders now, did not believe concerning him that he was blind and his sight was restored until they called his parents, the parents of the restored sight man, and they asked them, saying, this is your son? You say he was born blind. How does he now see? They replied, his parents, and said, we know that this is our son and that he was born blind. How he now sees, we don't know, or who opened his eyes, we don't know. Ask him, opting out here. He is of age. He will say concerning himself. This said his parents. His parents said this because they feared the Jews. They had already made a decree that if anyone confessed Jesus to be the Christ, apos synagogos, he would be out of the synagogue, which would be pretty drastic in those days, thrown out of the whole community, really. So that's why his parents said, he is of age, ask him. So they called a second time the man who had been blind, and they said to him, give glory to God. We know that this man is a sinner. He replied, if he is a sinner, I don't know. One thing I know, I was blind, and now I see. They said to him, so what did he do to you? How did he open your eyes? He replied to them. So here's where his feistiness comes out. Now he's taking them on, even though he's just an ordinary guy, and these are the leaders and the smart ones, like the university educated ones. He's taking them on now. He replied to them, I've already told you and you didn't listen. Why do you want to hear another time? Do you want to be his disciples, maybe? And they swore at him and said, you are his disciple. We are disciples of Moses. We know that that God spoke to Moses. This fellow, we don't know where he came from. In other words, we don't know a thing about him. We don't know from Adam. The man replied to them, so this is an incredible thing. You don't know where he came from, and he opened my eyes. We know that God doesn't listen to sinners, but if anyone is a God-fearer and does his will, that's the person God listens to. Never has it been heard that anybody opened the eyes of a blind man. So he doesn't just believe in miracles because he's some kind of dummy. He knows that such things don't actually